Hello YouTube and welcome back. This is Champion 2D Rob back again for another video. This time I'm doing a pickups video. This is basically the pickups I got in March, and I've got some great stuff to show you guys. I can't wait to show you guys. And at the end of the video I've also got an unboxing as well. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Not too sure how long this video is going to be. I know it's going to be a little bit long because I've got a lot of stuff to show you guys, and of course you know me, I like to talk. So let's get on with it. Before we fully get going, I just wanted to say that this month has been surprisingly a good month for me in terms of game pickups. Just in terms of retro, should I say, because for a long time there's not been much out there. It's been pretty dry. Or stuff has just been listed for some really silly prices, and you know, it's been a bit off-putting, I have to admit. But this month was not too bad. I actually managed to land a Super Nintendo title, boxed and complete. It is a title that I've already got as a loose cut, but it's one I've wanted to get boxed and complete for a long time, and I managed to get it for a really good price. And that's actually the package that I'm going to unbox at the end of the video, so you'll get to see my reaction as it happens. But before that, got some great stuff to show you guys. So yeah, I'm going to jump straight into it. And the first thing I'm going to show you guys, basically this month, I picked up a couple of magazines. Basically I picked up the latest issues of Retro Gamer. So I picked up the bumper edition, the annual. And I like to pick these up every so often because I missed a lot of the back issues, and there's some great stuff in here. I mean, there's where was it? There's an article on the Golden Axe series, and there's a lot of stuff here on Atari as well, stuff that I just don't know about. But also there's a really sort of big spread on the original Game Boy, so that's always worth reading. There's the Game Boy was one of my childhood favourites, so it's always interesting to know about the history of Game Boy. Yeah, so I'm really chuffed with getting the bumper edition. And of course I got the actual this month's edition. And as you can see, I picked it up because this has got the greatest NES titles, basically sort of like a top 25 NES games. It's a pretty predictable list. You know, I mean, the top 5 are very predictable, but you know, don't get me wrong though. I mean, these games justifiably deserve their place, but you know, it's just very predictable. Though towards the sort of the other end of the list, there are some games that I was quite surprised to see. But you know, the top 5 are pretty. You know, you can pretty much guess what games they are. But yeah, it's awesome. There's also an article on the remake of Resident Evil. And there's also an article on Road Rash. Haven't read it yet, but yes, there is a spread on the Road Rash series. So yeah, looking forward to reading that. I read it at my leisure, or when I'm on the bog, whatever comes first. Okay, so I've got those. Now, next thing I want to show you guys. Now you know me, guys. You know I like my comics. More specifically, you know I follow The Walking Dead. So I naturally got the following hardcover installment of The Walking Dead. So I got The Walking Dead Book 11, still sealed. Haven't read it yet. Haven't read Book 10 yet. Still need to read that. But yeah, great stuff. A very engrossing read. I love the artwork. It's all in black and white, but it's great. Love the storyline. Yeah, really cool. I recommend people check out The Walking Dead comics if you haven't. You know, don't be, you know, if zombies aren't your thing, then maybe, you know, maybe it won't do much for you. But it's actually, in my opinion, it's better than the TV show. I think the TV show is great, but I think the comics are better. Okay, so moving on to the Blu-ray pickups. Got some really good stuff as well, actually. Let's start off with this deal that I got from Zavvi. I picked up 2 Blu-rays from Zavvi. They were doing a deal. Two for £12, and I was sort of, this one Blu-ray in particular was one that I've sort of just been feeling to pick up, And what I got was the Vin Diesel Riddick collection. And what this has the first two movies. It's got Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick. And it also has the animated film that sort of bridges the two movies called Dark Fury. And I really like Pitch Black. I thought that was a really great film. I didn't think much of Chronicles of Riddick. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I need to watch it again. But the last time I watched it, I really didn't like it. But the animated feature, that bridges the two films, Dark Fury, I did very much enjoy. So I need to give the second film a chance, another chance, and you know, and I need to pick up the third movie, Riddick, because I saw that at cinema and actually really enjoyed it. The only bad thing about this little collection, because it was actually very cheap, but the only bad thing about this collection is the fact that Dark Fury is a DVD and not a Blu-ray like the other two movies, which is a shame. But yeah, so I picked this up from Zavvi, but I needed to make up the two for £12. And I wasn't quite sure what to get. There was a lot of options. I wasn't too sure what to get, but eventually I settled on the Street Fighter Assassin's Fist movie. Now, some of you might be aware of this. This actually started off as an internet sort of webisode series that was shown on Machinima. And it's actually really good. It's a decent production values behind it. It's a really good story that sort of focuses on Ryu and Ken, their master, and sort of the origins of Akuma. Really, really good series. I mean, you can watch this series for free on YouTube. It's just called Assassin's Fist. It's like a 12-part series. It's actually really long, and they just sort of released them all together on Blu-ray. So it's definitely worth checking out. See a picture of Akuma here on the back. Very, very faithful to the series. Really good. In my opinion, the best live-action interpretation of the Street Fighter franchise so far. Okay, moving on from that, I've also picked up the final installment in the Legend of Korra series. Basically, this was sort of like the last spin-off series of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and this is the final series, Series 4. It came out very quickly after, shortly after they released Series 3, and that's because for whatever reason Nickelodeon decided to shit on this series and not really give it the marketing push that the series deserves. But in any case, I'm happy I've got the entire run. It's a fantastic follow-up series. Definitely recommend you guys check out Avatar: The Last Airbender, and then shortly after check out Legend of Korra. In my opinion, this cartoon series is easily up there with the best stuff from the 80s and 90s. Great storytelling, great character development, fantastic animation. Definitely check out Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Just brilliant series. I urge you guys to check it out, please. And I know you can watch Avatar: The Last Airbender on Amazon Prime and Netflix. And I believe the first series of Legend of Korra is also on Amazon Prime as well. So definitely check it out, guys. Brilliant series. And the last two Blu-rays I picked up here went into HMV. Just sort of off the cuff chance sort of went in there. And I was so chuffed to see this steelbook because I actually thought it was sold out. But they must have got a fresh batch in. It's a movie I've been meaning to get in the steelbook format because I really liked it. And that was the latest Godzilla film. I really like the steelbook. Fantastic, just very cool looking artwork. I don't like the 3D thing on it though, that really bugs me. But aside from that, I just really like the artwork to Godzilla. It was a cool film as well. Divided a lot of opinion, I feel. I think a lot of people... I mean, I know a lot of my friends didn't really like the film. They felt it was kind of slow. And admittedly, when I saw it at the cinema, I also thought it was quite a slow movie. But it had nice build-up, I felt. And I think on second viewing, I didn't have that issue. I felt it had a nice build-up to it. I think what really sort of pissed people off was the fact that they teased Godzilla a little bit too much. And you didn't really get to see him properly until the final third act. And you see him here and there throughout the movie, but I think they kind of carried it on a little bit too long and it kind of annoyed people. But it's still a good film. I think it had a really great build-up. and I look forward to the sequel. But I'm really, really chuffed to get this. Now, this movie was part of the HMV does this deal from time to time, and I got some Blu-rays in the past through the same deal. Basically, sort of a two for £25. So when I saw this, I automatically had to pick it up. But I wasn't too sure what to get to sort of make up the 2 for 25. And admittedly, there wasn't much out there. I did look at Gone Girl. It was like a sort of special edition sort of thing, and I came very close to picking that up because Gone Girl is a film that was directed by Ben Affleck, highly critically acclaimed movie. I've heard a lot of good reviews of it. But the thing about a film like Gone Girl is that I don't know if it's rewatchable. And when it comes to sort of dramas and thrillers and stuff, I like to sort of rent them first or watch them on Netflix first or whatever. And if I really like them, then I will pick them up. But generally, I don't like to buy them blind because you know, I might, you know, when it comes to when I sort of build up my, when I buy my Blu-rays, try to get my words out. When I buy my Blu-rays, I like to make sure there's a replay value to them, because obviously if I'm going to own them, I want to watch them over and over again. So, you know, I want to make sure that they are films that I know I'll watch over and over again. So I wasn't too sure, and I was sort of going back and forth with Gone Girl. There wasn't much sort of else that was sort of fell into that deal. So eventually I settled on this because I haven't seen it either. Haven't seen this either. And, you know, I've heard mixed opinions on it. I wasn't too sure if I was going to pick it up, or I did sort of want to watch it first, but I kind of felt, you know what, whatever. I'm sure it's just a fun film, no matter what I really think of it. And that was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just the bog standard release. So I just bought it to make up the 2 for 25. Surprisingly, I know I was quite pleasantly surprised by the film. I was expecting it to be a right disaster, and it wasn't. It wasn't perfect by any means. Wasn't quite sure what they were doing with Shredder. I think he was a bit too over the top for my liking, but I like what they did with the Turtles in terms of their characters. They were very much the Turtles that I knew and loved. And, you know, I look forward to seeing what they do with the rest of the series. I mean, is it perfect? No, not by a long shot, but it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. So, you know, surprisingly enjoyable, and it's definitely a movie I'm gonna watch again. So I think it was a wise decision on my part to pick this one up. So yeah. Okay, now we're moving straight into the games. Got a couple of PlayStation 3 titles here. Haven't bought PlayStation 3 games in a long time, actually. It's just been... I'm trying to sort of stop buying PS3 titles because I've never really wanted to build too much of a massive collection of PlayStation 3 games. But there was a couple of titles that, you know, that I've been itching to play. Just been on my mind as of late. So I thought, well, one of them I bought... just sort of, I was reminded to pick it up by the Ryan Strand. I sort of watched his PS3 collection video, and I've been meaning to pick it up. And when I saw his video, it just sort of reminded me to pick it up. It's definitely something I wanted to own. And the other title was just basically a game that I've just been feeling to play. So the title that I've just been wanting to play and decided to pick it up was Splatterhouse. Now, I've not really been into the Splatterhouse series. I know the game was on the PC Engine, TurboGrafx. It was also on the Mega Drive. You know, I've never really been that much of a fan of the series as such. But I don't know why. I just got an inkling to play this game, and I know I've been told that this has the first game on it, the arcade version. Although I've also heard it has the second game and the third game, though I'm not too sure. They're unlockable, but basically you've got all the games in the series in this. But correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I know it's got the first game for sure, but I don't know about the second and the third game. But yeah, I've been sort of itching to play this game, so I thought I'd pick it up. I didn't want to pay too much money for it though. I haven't been able to find it in shops. I sort of looked around on CEX and charity shops and cash converters for it. Couldn't find it. I looked on eBay. It was sort of going for around the 10 to £15 mark. Wasn't willing to spend that much on it, but I found it on Amazon, and I picked it up for £5. I took a bit of a chance on it, and yeah, when it arrived, there was some nasty, grimy dirt all over the front. But I just sort of took out all the insert, the disc, and the manual and stuff, and sort of gave the case a good wash, and you know, it came out, so it's all nice and clean now. The disc is fine, the manual's fine, but for a £5, I thought that was a good price for this title. And I've played a little bit of it actually. It's okay. I quite enjoy it. You know, sort of like a 3D sort of hack and slash beat 'em up. Very similar in the vein of sort of like God of War style game. I really hate saying that actually. I hate saying God of War style game. It's a hack and slash 3D beat 'em up, and it's quite fun. I look forward to sort of delving deeper into this title. And the game that I was reminded to pick up by Ryan Shand is the Resident Evil HD remaster. Yeah, just I've been wanting to play this for a while. I've got it on the Wii, but I wanted to sort of play the HD version. I didn't want to download it, so I just basically bought this from a UK seller, but it's a Hong Kong release, I believe, and it's in English. It's in full English. It's got like a reversible cover, so if you flip it round, it says Biohazard. But it's all in English at the back. The game plays in English, and I've never actually played the original Resident Evil that much. I have it on the PlayStation 1, I have it on the Wii, but I've not gotten around to playing them. I sort of got into the series from the Resident Evil 2 and sort of played onwards. So I'm looking forward to sort of delving into this title. I have played it a little bit to sort of try it out, and the controls are a little bit tricky to get used to. It's really hard to sort of go back to the old sort of fixed camera angles and stuff. It's quite a crude method of playing. It's sort of the tank controls, but you know, it looks really nice though. I look forward to definitely delving into this title. Okay, so now we're basically into the retro games that I picked up, and I'm going to start with the NES titles that I got, and I've picked up some cracking titles here. Unfortunately though, I did have one bad experience. Now I know I said I had a really good month this month in terms of pickups, and I have. I've had a great month, but there was a bad experience that happened on eBay, of course. But for once, it was nothing to do with the seller. I thought the seller was great communication. You know, the game would have been as described, but unfortunately the game got damaged during transit. And it was one of those things where it wasn't just it got knocked around or something like that. It was just the blatant ignorance by some idiot at some point, I think, in customs. And I'll basically show you what the game I picked up. And this was a game I was really excited to get. It's a brilliant game. And the game is Shatterhand. This game is fantastic. But yeah, before I talk about the game itself, let's just actually talk about what happened. Essentially, when I received the game, this game was described as mint condition. You know, because that, you know, the end labels need to be sweet. You know, the label has to be great. That's what matters to me. And according to the seller, it was. Let me just move up a little bit here. I opened it up, and I was shocked to see. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. I don't know if you can see it, but there are two slash marks going across. Just about to pick it up. Two slash marks going across here. Basically, what happened was I took it out of the package. I've actually got the bubble mailer here just to show you guys what happened. So just a play by, I've got it here. So I open it up. I take it out, and I see that it's been slashed. So my initial reaction is like, you know, what the fuck? You know, like this was not how it was shown in the pictures. So my knee-jerk reaction was, you know, the seller obviously lied. But once I had that reaction, I decided I wanted to like look at the bubble mailer first, because it was just something not right about, I don't know, the way it was. And I inspected the bubble mailer, and there was no visible signs of anything until I looked underneath this. So what happened was, I basically just unpeeled this. I'll just show you. Oh, it was there. Basically, I unpeeled it like this, and sure enough, there was a slit in the parcel. So basically, what has happened is, someone at customs wanted to open the package, used a box cutter, a Stanley knife, slashed it across, and then wound up slashing the label of the cart, despite the fact that the seller wrote fragile on the bubble mailer, slashing the label of the cartridge, and it really pissed me off. But what pissed me off the most was the fact that he tried to conceal it with the invoice. That really bugged me, and I was not happy. I spoke to the seller about it. The seller, understandably, was also really angry about what happened, but I just couldn't let it lie. I ended up getting in contact with eBay, told them what happened, and about a week later they got back to me, and they sided with me and ended up refunding all my money. I spent in total with shipping, I spent £40 on this game, and I was really excited for this game. It's honestly, it's a brilliant game, but it's such a disappointing thing that for that to happen to a title that is basically, you know, nearly 30 years old. Nearly 30 years old, it went undamaged, and just have this happen to it, it's such a shame. But anyway, I got my money back, so you know, I have wound up with the game for nothing, but it's still, you know, it's annoying. But moving on from that, the game itself is fantastic. Honestly, I got to say, guys, the NES has some of the best side-scrollers ever. There are some proper wicked 2D side-scrolling games on the NES, and this is just one of them. I mean, the artwork is awful. I mean, if I'd seen this artwork as a kid, I would definitely have ignored this game. But man, if I had this game as a kid, I would have loved it. This is a brilliant side-scrolling action game, guys. If you do pick up for the NES, definitely give Shatterhand a look. It is fantastic. The controls are tight. Really good game. There's two more side-scrollers that I want to get for the NES. Two fantastic titles, so I'm really looking forward to getting those at some point. But yeah, it's a shame. I might end up moving this one on, getting a better condition copy, because it just bugs me so much. It just Anyway, moving on. Okay, so I got two more NES titles here. Really good games. One of them is a title that I'm surprised I never actually got as a kid, because it's based on an arcade game, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Really good. I'd actually never played this version. I was a big fan of the arcade back in the day, and actually as a kid I came very close to picking this game up. Actually, I don't know why I didn't pick it up. I think it was because somewhere in the back of my mind I said to myself that it was just a cut down version, which it is, but it's not a bad game in any way. But I think I was sort of put off by the fact that I wasn't convinced that the hardware could do the game justice. So I just ended up passing on this game as a kid, for whatever, for that reason. And, but I've got it now, and it's a really fantastic title, and it's in lovely condition. Really excited to get this game. As if you've seen one of my previous videos, I picked up Turtles 3: The Manhattan Project, which is another side-scrolling beat-em-up that was exclusive to the NES. But this one I definitely needed to pick up. I've never played it before prior to getting it, and it's really good actually. I really did enjoy this game. A lot of fun. So really, really chuffed to get this one in the collection. And lastly for the NES, really happy to get this game off the list. It's a game, it's from a series that I'm a big fan of. Quite an underrated series. Although a lot of people that are in the know about this game, but it's a really good series, and this is probably the sort of slightly more obscure one of the trilogy to get. Really, really chuffed to get it in this condition as well. And I picked up Gargoyle's Quest 2, and it's in fantastic condition. Awesome title. I'm a big fan of the Gargoyle's Quest / Demon Crest series. I've got the first game on the Game Boy. I've got it boxed and complete. I'm not game for box games on the NES, so I'm happy to get it as a loose cart. And I also have Demon's Crest on the Super Nintendo as a loose cart as well. Just a fantastic series. Great action, platform, sort of puzzler type games. Really underrated. And this one tends to be sort of the harder one to get. And it wasn't a cheap game either, actually. I paid with postage. I paid £80 for this game. This was not a cheap game. Wait, did I pay? Yes, I paid £80. The actual seller had it originally for 95 quid, but he had a best offer, and I gave him a best offer of 80 quid. No, sorry, 80 quid. I gave him a best offer of 70 quid. And he came back at me with 80, which is, admittedly, it's more than I was willing to pay. I actually didn't want to pay more than 50 for this game. But I remember seeing this game going for 50 quid, but it's since gone up. I've not been able to find it for sort of less than sort of 70 quid mark. But given its condition, I was willing to budge a little bit in terms of the money. But I'm really happy to get it, because it does mean a lot to me to get this game. Like I say, I'm a big fan of the series, and I'm really, really chuffed to get it in great condition. It's in mint condition, and yeah, just a fantastic game to get. Okay, guys, so all that's left now is basically this package that arrived in the mail today. This is a Super Nintendo title, a boxed and complete Super Nintendo game. It's a title that I've very much wanted to get for a long, long time. It's a PAL game. I'm really, really chuffed to get it. I actually got it for a really good price. A lot cheaper than the going rate. This came all the way from Australia. So yeah, so I figured I'd unbox this with you guys. And yeah, let's see what we've got here. Okay, gotta be delicate, got my scissors. Don't worry, Jay, I'm very, very careful. Okay. I actually haven't bought a Super Nintendo game in a long time, actually. It's been a while. There's not been much out there. And okay, so I've got it open, actually. But yeah, no, I haven't bought a Super Nintendo game in a very long time. There's not been much out there. And the stuff that I kind of do want sort of goes for really high prices. It's very, very difficult. I sort of go between Super Famicom, boxed Super Famicom, and PAL Super Nintendo. And I do pick up the odd NTSC exclusive if I can as well. But this is a title I've been really excited to get. Now the seller says that this is in really nice condition, so I'm hoping it lives up to it. From what I can see, I've got the game here. From what I can see, it seems to be in really nice nick. So let's get rid of that box. Oh, okay. It's a very good sign when he puts it in a box protector as well. So let's just get this out of the box protector. Okay. I'm actually quite pleasantly surprised. Actually, you know, there's a bit of shelfware, but it's actually in very nice nick. Okay, that's a very good sign. Let's see what it's like on the inside. Oh, yes. Yes. He is in fantastic nick. Okay, yeah. Alright, so I won't leave you in suspense anymore, guys. The game I picked up is The Adventures of Batman and Robin. And yeah, it's in really fantastic condition. Just minimal shelfware. The tabs seem to be there. I'll show you the back of the box. In the front, it's genuine. It's got the holographic sticker, and it's got a Konami promotional sticker, which I've not seen before, and usually on these boxes. So I've got that, and of course, it comes with the precautions leaflet. And the manual looks mint. It even comes in a little plastic bag. It looks in fantastic shape. Really, really chuffed with that. Yeah, so they've got the manual. And of course, the cart, it's in its baggie as well. And it seems to be in a really nice nick. Actually, wait. Oh no, it just seems to be the lighting. I think there's a... Seems to be... I don't know if you can tell. I'll take the bag off actually. Might be a slight bit of yellowing. It's a little bit of yellowing at the back, but it's not too bad. But otherwise, it's a really good nick. So I'm actually really, really chuffed with that. And this is a title that I've wanted for so long. I mean, I've got it as a loose cart, but I've wanted it for boxed and complete. And it's just been one of those games that's been getting a little bit more expensive. It tends to be anywhere between the sort of 100 to sort of £150 mark. But I actually managed to get this for less than £100. I paid 77 quid for this, £77. So I was really, really chuffed with that. I'll just get this back in the, get everything back in its box. Yeah, so I ended up paying basically about £77 for this, and it's in fantastic nick. Really, really chuffed to get this. As I've sort of been a bit of a collector of the Konami titles on the Super Nintendo, and this is definitely one that I just wanted so badly, and it was just, I missed out a long time ago. I missed out on a buy it now in this game, but I'm really glad I held off because this was a much better price. It's in much better condition. Yeah, so chuffed. Yeah, really, really happy. I mean, look, there's minimal shelfware on this. It's brilliant. Absolutely chuffed. Great addition to the Super Nintendo collection. So that's it, guys. That's basically been my pickups of March. You know, I was trying to not spend so much this month. I actually did go over my budget this month buying games, but then because I got refunded for Shatterhand, it didn't seem so bad now. So it's not actually, I didn't spend as much given that I got that refund. But from this point onwards now, anything before Blackpool, because yes guys, I am actually going to go to Blackpool. That is confirmed now. I have my hotel booked. Still need to get my ticket though, but I am actually going to be going with Carl, aka Darth Twin Rover, aka Ocarina Fella. Carl has very, very kindly offered to give me a lift up to Blackpool, so I'll be going with him. And yeah, it's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be my first ever convention. Never been to a convention. Yeah, I'm going to that. So basically now, for the month of April, probably won't be spending too much money now because I'll need it for Blackpool. Because you don't know what I might find in Blackpool, but it's going to be interesting going there. But that's it, guys. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Really do appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this vid. Yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And you know, I'll be back soon. Bye bye.